Hey everyone, it's Gene Calderon of Gene Calderon Apologetics Ministries, and offering another teaching today, going along with our theme days, today being Tuesday, which is Tuesday equals Truth Day. And what we do on these days is we really try to prove the authenticity or the realness of the Gospels that we are reading. How do we know that they're telling the truth? How can we confirm that inside and outside of the Gospels? And that's what we're trying to do today. And the big question today, following up with last week, is there any evidence for the authorship of the Bible outside of the Bible, or anything that we can actually attribute that these are the people who wrote the Gospels without actually using the Gospels, all right? So we have to figure out, is there specific evidence that they were written by the authors whose name is actually attributed to them? Well, there was an ancient writer named Papias, dating back to about 125 AD, and he helps support the unanimous testimony that John, the apostle, the son of Zebedee, actually wrote his gospel, the Gospel of John. Papias also confirms to us that Mark had carefully and accurately recorded Peter's eyewitness observations. I mean, that's what he tells us. And in fact, he said that Mark made no mistake and did not include any false statements. So that is an outside source from about 125 AD that's telling us that, yeah, he believes that the Gospels are telling us the truth. Another author, a man named Irenaeus, wrote in about 180 AD, and he confirms that the gospel tradition authorship, and he says in his words, Matthew published his gospel among the Hebrews in their own tongue when Peter and Paul were preaching the gospel in Rome, and they founded the church there. So even he is telling us, an early resource about 180 AD is telling us that he believes that that gospel was written by the person whose name is attached to it. And after that, he says, Mark, the disciple and the interpreter of Peter, himself handed down to us a writing of substance of Peter's preaching. And then he goes on to tell us about Luke. He says, Luke, the follower of Paul, set down in a book the gospel preached by his teacher. And again, lastly, when we talk about the disciple John, he says, John, the disciple of the Lord, himself produced his gospel while he was living in Ephesus in Asia. So if we can have confidence that the Gospels were actually written by the disciples or the companions of the original disciples, then we can be sure that the events that were recorded are based on either direct or indirect eyewitness testimony. Either they are written by the people who were there, who saw, who witnessed, and who experienced the things that we're reading about, or they're written by someone who was told by someone directly what they experienced firsthand. So I think because of this, we can look at this and have confidence in the Gospels. They're telling us the truth. They've been preserved for years and years and years for us to be able to go back and look at and read and be able to understand what the message of the gospel truly is, and also the biography of Jesus himself. So I hope you enjoyed this Tuesday Truth Day. Again, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and you could be able to just follow us at any events we have coming up. We have some things coming up. I'd love for you to be a part of those and to be able to support us. Again, if you're looking for a missionary to support, a local missionary here in Northwest Indiana, that's exactly what we're doing. We're trying to support and help students be able to defend their faith, knowing why they believe what we believe, and especially in a culture, in a day and age today where opinion is so strong, that we need the evidence to be able to say, regardless of how I feel, I know that this is the truth, and we need to follow the truth wherever it leads. So again, if you like this, subscribe on the YouTube channel, hit the little bell there to be able to get notifications when we do this, and we'll follow up with some more theme days coming up. But again, today, enjoy your Tuesday, Truth Day. Know that the Gospels are secure in historical facts, and knowing that we can trust them on a historical and literal level. So God bless you. Hope this was good for you.